Alrighty, folks, it's been a minute, but we're back with another new album review. And I believe this is called Glare. I believe this band is called Morbyda. It could be Morbyda, but I don't think so. I think it's Morbyda. Under the Spell. These guys were formed in Germany in 2022. They released a demo in 2023. Let me get some serious glare on here. The time change is messing with the lighting. And then they released a live album in 2024, and then this is their debut, 2025, Under the Spell, if I didn't say it. So all the songs that are on the demo and the live album are found on here, 8 tracks. I think there's 3 tracks on the demo, maybe 6 tracks on the live album. I can't really remember, to tell you the truth. But this is a Dying Victims production, so you get the Obi. What does it say here? And like I said, with the lighting, I can't see what the other bands are on here. Heavy metal infused black / speed metal from Germany debut album. Yeah, so not normally my, and then of course you get the sticker too. Not normally my cup of tea. I don't really I mean, I had to have listened to a song to make me buy it. But yeah, black and speed metal. You know, there's some lyrics there. The band members there. The glare actually helps out because they're in the shadows. Let me see. I probably can't read those names. I'm gonna have to click over here. So you have Joris on drums, Julez on guitars. He's also in Centage. Cool band. Mowgli on vocals and guitars, and then Antonio on bass. So yeah, like I said, black and speed's not normally my thing. I like some. I mean, I like Midnight. I like Iron Curtain, if you consider that black and speed. So this starts off with a song called Evil. After you get the guttural screams out of the way, the riff kicks in. Good old school classic drumming on this track. The vocals are very out front on this track, while everything else gets kind of buried in there. His vocal style on this track in particular sounds a lot like Jason McMaster. If you've ever heard him front a band called Evil United, that's what his vocal style reminds me most of. There's every once in a while there's hints of Tim Baker in there, but mainly I'd say Jason McMaster from when he was doing his Evil United band. Pretty lo-fi tune on this one. Good chugging bass, some frantic soloing on here. Mother of Decay is your next one. Good guitar solo for an intro. Vocals are buried in the mix on this one. The production on this track kind of sounds like everything's rattling around in a trash can. Good guitar work though. The solos are really patchy. One of the biggest gripes I have about this album is not only does it sound like there's a different producer or different production style from song to song. Sometimes it sounds like there's different production styles going on in the songs themselves. When I said the guitar work, the solos were kind of patchy. It almost sounded like sometimes like they're recorded at different times and then pieced together, but produced differently. I know that happens all the time, but they're like recorded and produced differently and then pieced together, so they don't sound cohesive. That's a problem on this album a lot, as the production just varies, not just from song to song, but also sometimes in the song itself. I'm not a stickler for production. You know, I can get used to bad production if the album is badly produced and it sounds the same the entire way. But this album is very patchy. Like I said, sometimes the vocals are way out front, sometimes they're buried, sometimes the guitars are way out front, sometimes they're buried, and this can happen within a song, not just from song to song. Open the Gates of Fire is your next one. You get the more shouty type vocals here, where he kind of has that Tim Baker influence in him. Again, very mighty production on this one. You do get some classic old school style Judas Priest type soloing here, which I mentioned the guy Julez from Cintage. They're a very classic old school style band. Turning the Wheel of Steel. This actually has some hints of old school European power metal in the riffing and the soloing, maybe like early Running Wild. More gang chant style vocals on here with some gutturals mixed in. The Curse, your next track, definite homage to Merciful Fate in the opening of this one. Speedier number with some more killer soloing and some more production issues. Sacrifice is your next track. Cool guitar intro with some building drums behind it. Guitars, this is one of those songs where the guitars are way out front and the vocals are way buried. Under Her Spell, not the title track, because the album title is Under the Spell. Under Her Spell is a lo-fi speedster, more classic heavy metal guitar soloing in this one. And then your last track is called Morbid Ways of Dying. Pretty catchy riff, lots of guttural vocals in this one mixed in with the blackened vocals. None of the vocals are very extreme. Like I said, they're just really patchy. But the music's really good. You get a mix of speed, thrash, hints of new wave of British heavy metal, hints of early European power metal. Lots of good solos in here. Bass work and drum work, when you can pull it out of the muck, is good. Like I said, the vocals, I think maybe if they weren't so patchy, the album, I would find it a lot more enjoyable to listen to. But that being said, I'm still going to give it a 7.6 out of 10. The guitar works really good on the album. So I am not the blackened speed metal guru, so you have to take my ranking for what it's worth. You have to go check them out for yourself, see what you think. I would listen to more than one song though, because like I said, the production issues could fluctuate from song to song. So yeah, Morbyda, Under the Spell, 7.6 out of 10. You guys have a good one.